Hi, I'm Kili, also known as Kelly.
And I'm Fili, also known as Alex.
Welcome to our corner of the Shire,
Where we will show you how to bring Middle Earth
into your daily life to keep you
a happy hobbit.
Yeah, I know. Just try to be really fast and quiet, okay? I think she's coming. I gotta go. Bye. Hi, Kili. Enjoying the evening air.
It's getting cold.
It is, but I have this really nice red jacket.
I mean, it's almost Halloween, so it makes sense that it's getting cold.
Yeah, it really does. What's wrong, Kili?
It's just that, you know how Halloween was started in Ireland and stuff, and
yeah, where Bard's from.
Yeah, that's where Bard lives. It just makes me kind of miss him, and I just wish we could have Halloween together, that's all.
I don't blame you. It would just be so great if you guys could spend Halloween together and do fun, cool things and eat cool things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe if we wish hard enough, it could come true.
Maybe. But I'm
Why don't you do something that reminds you of him? It might be the next best thing.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Oh, thanks. I'm full of those.
You really are.
Well, gosh. I mean, as long as it's something that I can help you consume, then I'm fine with it.
I'll bake Barmbrack.
But Bard's back?
No, Barmbrack. It's a traditional Irish Halloween bread.
Barmbrack.
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 Not Brom.
Barmbrack.
Barmbrack. Of Allegasia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do it.
I think you should.
I'm going to.
I think you should, and get everyone to be able to pronounce it right.
And get
this
into
is
the
for
holiday
Bard,
spirit.
For Halloween, for Bard, and all those little pumpkins out there.
Yeah.
That's right.
To make traditional Barmbrack, you actually have to start the night before you want to eat it. So last night, I put together this concoction. It might not look super appetizing, but it's where a lot of the flavor and all of the sweetness is gonna come from. And to make this, I combined raisins and dark brown sugar, the closest thing I could find to sultanas here in our corner of the Shire. I also combined the zest of an orange and the zest of a lemon, and very strong tea. And I was authentic and used, Ireland's favorite tea, Barry's tea, and made it very strong, 4 tea bags. And it was the liquid that this is all steeped in, and it will be encompassing all of that flavor. While doing so, I learned that actually is not the traditional way to make a barmbrack, and that's actually a tea brack. So brack is an Irish word, and it refers to like freckles or speckles in the bread. Barm refers to the frothiness of a yeast bread, and I'm not making a yeast bread because that sounded like a lot of work. If you've never made a yeast bread before, you have to do a lot of kneading and letting it rise, and I just wanted to make something quick. So I'm making a tea brack, which is very similar to a barmbrack, and let's get started. So to make the rest of the bread, you take 3 cups of flour, and as always, I like to sift my flour. So I'm gonna sift some of it, and then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And the reason I add them while I'm sifting is because it helps them get mixed in. Right. So there's 2 teaspoons. I'm gonna mix that in. I also think it's good to sift flour because in the off chance that there's any clumps or anything, it kind of helps aerate it and break out any of those clumps, especially for things like powdered sugar, because usually recipes that call for powdered sugar, it really matters. So now the fun part, now we need to add spices. And you know how I am with spices, I always think that they're just, the recipe's just kind of guidelines. So you can use a pre-mixed pumpkin pie spice, but I'm always against like pre-mixed stuff and like to do my own. So I'm gonna use my own version of that. So to make your, what we kind of call pumpkin pie spice mix, it is 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. As you see, we go through a lot of cinnamon in this house. You know, like I said, there's kind of guidelines. It's more like 1/2 teaspoon, but that's all right. I like my cinnamon. Then I'm gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and part of the reason I'm doing this instead of using a premixed spice is because the pumpkin pie spice that we have is really old, and as spices age, they lose their potency. So, trying to have a fresh start. There we go. That was a lot of cloves, but you know, it's gonna be. It's looking like the slopes of Mount Doom there, with some dark lava coming out. There's some ginger. All right, so we've got that part done. Now I'm gonna give it a whisk. One moment. We've got a trusty whiskey whisk. And if you don't sift your flour, you can always use a whisk when you're stirring to help break up any chunks. I'm doing it to help evenly mix in the spices. Oh, it smells really good. Okay, so now I need to beat 2 eggs. Time to beat some eggs. Gonna get a bowl. This is the sad time of year. The days of light are winding down. Our chickens are really slowing down their egg production, so it's always a little bit embarrassing when we have to go to the Mitchell-Delvey market and buy eggs. But at least we can buy eggs that are really similar to the ones our chickens lay. So I'm going to crack these Eggos. Make sure I get all the yolk out. And I'm going to scramble them. Are you catching my good side? I hope you're catching my good side. We've got a new camera person. I hope they're new, they're still being trained. They don't know like to only film me from certain angles because like, you know, I have my good side and my bad side. But I'm pretty sure like the way I'm smiling right now, it's like my signature smile, and it's pretty much like why people watch this show. So we're gonna whisk the eggs, or beat the eggs, beat them. You might wanna not beat eggs if you're trying to get out aggression, because it's not quite as satisfying as a punching bag or something like that. But when we were growing up, I remember my mom used to tell us to go punch a pillow. That's right, you punch a pillow. But here we go. All right, beaten egg. So we are going to alternate adding the beaten egg to the flour mixture with the really gross brown poopy looking stuff in here. So I'm gonna get a proper spoon. And let's see how, I think this is gonna be really thick, but let's see how it comes together here. Just the sound. All right, mix it in. You're not supposed to film stuff like that. I don't make mistakes. That didn't happen. You're gonna have to cut that out and post. Cut it all out. I'm trying to get a zoom in on this. Thing. I like how silent this camera person is. They don't talk back, which is how I like it. I mean, excuse me. Adding some of the beaten egg. Looks even more appetizing now. Mixing it in. Okay, now it's really starting to smell good. It's alright, it's all gonna end up in the same place anyway. Oh, I can smell the zest of the citrus. Get the rest of that. Oh, wow. This is, so that's like the brown sugar and stuff at the bottom. It smells like the holidays. So this is also a workout, I'm finding out. It's quite, this is a quite dense mixture. It's the beaten egg that I accidentally splashed a bunch of flour into. It's okay, all ends up in the same place. Wow. Now, I'm not a big raisin fan. I do like the spices that went into this. I'm okay with citrus in my baked goods, but really, I'm only making this to, you know, for nostalgia's sake. Even though I've never had it, so I don't know really how that works, but, you know, sometimes it's good to try new recipes, try new things, especially if it's been a few years since you've tasted something like this, and if you didn't like it, maybe try it again. Because as we like to say, sometimes your tastes change. You want to know something really scary? That's actually not necessarily true. I found out that when you're an infant, you're born with something like 10,000 taste buds. By the time you're around my age or an adult, you only have about 5,000. And when you're elderly, you only have about 2,000. So what actually is happening is your sense of taste is getting less acute to things like bitters that would maybe give you an aversion to eating something. And that's why little kids are eating something and they're like, no, it tastes really gross. And the adult's like, no, it doesn't. It's not just the kid being finicky. They're literally tasting different things. So as I'm an aging Hobbit elf dwarf, I'll try this again and see if it tastes different to me now. Well, this is looking pretty well incorporated. I think it's ready for the pan. All right, here is my pre-greased loaf pan. And I'm going to scoop it all in there. This is going to be a very dense cake. I had bought some candied cherries to add, but I've decided against it given how jam-packed this is with dried, kind of rehydrated fruit. So I might save those for a different dessert, especially because we're entering into the holiday season. Look at that. So you see, it does look like freckles or speckles. Definitely a brack. What the heck was that? I'll be right back. Anyway, you just want to make sure you get every last little bit in because this is a very dense bread. I don't know where that spoon came from. I don't remember putting that there. But anyway, I must have just thought ahead. Sometimes I'm smarter than I know. So just trying to get every last little bit of batter in there. It is quite sticky, as you can see. Smooth it out, and then I am going to put this in the oven at 325 degrees for 80 to 90 minutes, and then you let it cool in the pan for 20 minutes. So I've got the oven preheated. It is ready to go into Schmaug's mouth. Put it nice and in the center. There we go. Start at 80. I always like to start on the lower end of things because then you can check. Whereas if you let it go too long, it might get burnt. Then you're a sad hobbit. And this is happy hobbit. So, as you can see, we're in the middle of preparing dinner, but I'm gonna check on the bread. It's been 80 minutes. Ooh, that is definitely done. Look at that. So, I'm gonna set it on the cooling rack for 20 minutes before I take it out of its pan. So, whenever I'm doing a cake or anything like that, I always like to just gently run a butter knife along the edge to make sure there's no little sticky part that's gonna make the whole loaf tear. Just a little extra precaution. And now I'm gonna flip it by going like this. I think our Barmbrack got a little overdone, so I would definitely put it in for the lower time. Ooh. Ooh, it smells very fruity. And like tea. If only Bard were here to enjoy it with me. Guess I'm gonna have another lonely Halloween as always. What was that? Who could this even be?
Surprise!
Bard?
Yep.
What the heck? How did you get here?
Took me really long to get here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you walk all the way?
I sure did.
How can you even walk from Ireland? This is crazy. Well, come on in.
Hi.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
What? Happy Halloween.
Mwah.
You are just in time because guess what I made?
I have no idea.
Some Barmbrack / tea cake.
Whoa, how did you know?
I didn't, but Fili suggested I make something because
That's
you would
like
like.
a great idea.
I know. Well, I'm sure you're exhausted.
Yeah, I'm like really tired.
Well, why don't you take a break and then tonight we can have the Halloween bread.
That sounds really good.
Oh, this is so exciting. This is going to be the best Halloween ever.
Let's go.
We're so glad that you made it so quick and fast, just like I was telling you on the phone. We're so happy to
I'm
have
so
you for
glad
Halloween.
to be here. I can't believe it. And
I can't believe it either, Bard.
She thought to make my favourite.
What is this? Is this? You know what? I gave her this idea actually. I said she missed you, and I said, what about something that would remind her of you?
Oh my god!
And here it is. Now, Dagalad, this is all. Dagalad, this is for
It's all
Bard.
too
There's
much.
enough for everyone to have
You
some,
sure?
But
I think Bard should cut it.
let's, yeah, you want to cut it?
I don't know. It's such a masterpiece.
Someone's got to cut it.
I don't know if you.
Well, I
it's so
am pretty
perfect.
hungry, so
I mean, you traveled a
This
long
looks
way.
pretty good.
You're tired.
it's gonna get stuck in here.
This is quite
tough.
It may have gone a
tough.
little over.
Looks like it requires a
Sword?
elven blade.
You might need to get some striders.
I
Ooh! Look at
beautiful
that!
freckles.
Beautiful. It's got some nice shine and shimmer.
Whoa! What is that?
That's a big old chunk of baking soda? No,
looks-
what is that?
Looks like
Looks
there
like
could be
paper.
something.
Wait,
strange
what
in
in the
here.
world
It's an
is
orc
that?
bone.
Do you think so? Oh, maybe it's traditional. It might be traditional
Whoa,
where
look at
Bard's
that.
from. Wait, that's not orc bone? Is that paper?
A little package.
Is that
No way!
Oh,
Wait, how did that
no.
get in there?
I don't know. I didn't put anything like that in there.
It must have been
A piece of
it-
cloth.
What? Okay, Bard. So you obviously got here way earlier than we thought and planted a little things in the bowls or
That's it.
something to get that in there.
magic?
Wait, what was it? He just put it in his
for
pocket.
Real, Fili, did you put that in there?
No.
Dagalad. Bard, did you actually get here a few hours ago and put that in there?
I definitely, most certainly did not.
Well, I didn't, and there was nothing even remotely like that in the recipe.
Okay, so the little piece of string here. If none of us
Looks like
did it,
was
who did that?
So it looks like I'm not going to be getting rich anytime soon.
What do you mean?
Is that what that means? If we find that in the bread?
That means I'm going to be poor forever.
Oh, Bard. Okay.
yeah.
Well, you know what we can do? We can freeze this bread. You can eat a slice one day a week.
I've heard about this, the Irish tradition of putting charms to tell your fortune inside of...
That's right. There should be like 6
So then there's no way it wasn't him.
different things in here.
If it's,
And
do you think it could have been
I
a
got the
leprechaun?
cloth.
that's not a lucky charm.
All right. I say we burn it in
cool.
a jack-o'-lantern.
Oh,
But you know
Bard,
what?
how will I ever afford to get home?
We can...
Just-
You're good at finding gold.
Just-
Remember your roots.
we can give it to somebody.
Maybe we can find
And you know what?
a
Let's make up
leprechaun
our
and
own
steal his
meanie.
gold.
Yeah. You know
I think
what?
That means,
You know what?
That means Kili's gonna knit him a really
Yeah,
nice
do you see
scarf.
this fine piece of yarn? I think Keely's gonna make him a nice. See, he's warmer already. We'll put it right there. Warm already. He's got a nice new do.
There you go.
Yeah.
It works.
I like it.
Yeah. I think that's the new way to
pretty
do
nice,
it.
Actually,
Going redhead.
my favorite.
You gotta take the first bite.
tea
Must
brack.
be finished.
Well,
Nothing else? No
Wow.
yarn to choke you with?
That's pretty good.
Oh. Nice?
right.
See? She did a great job. She did a great job. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Tis
And
the
you know
season.
who else did a great job getting ready for Halloween?
I think I'd like a cup of tea with that now.
You guys.
You, right there. We just want to wish you a very happy Halloween.
From
Happy Hobbit and Bard.
And dagger.
I think I repeated all our names like 3 times.
No.
I don't think so. It smells. It
Is
smells
this
intriguing.
Fig Newton?
Fig Newton.
Now you have to
What's
bite
in
it.
there? Whoa.
It's like
he's
raisins and
grabbing it.
stuff.
I want to shove it
He's
in another
ravenous
mouth.
from
It's
his
really
journey.
fun. Do it. It's really fun shoving.
Oh yeah,
it.
that's definitely open baked. Fruit is moist.
It doesn't look that. I mean,
It's not that scary.
I think it's meant to be like that.
Yeah. You're supposed to put butter on it.
And toast it.
Oh, for being a really weird thing, it's
I know,
not
it's
bad.
actually pretty good.
That's actually pretty
That's
Especially
not bad.
having a raisin phobia.
Yeah.
These are raisins?
Raisins
Yes.
and what the closest I could find to sultanas.
Did they like explode?
The tea, it was too
They
strong by
were
the time.
soaked overnight in hot tea. So they kind of
Oh, whoa, they have a
Black tea?
I'd
Yeah.
say two tea bags.
flavor.
2 tea bags would be enough, I'd have it.
Very
It's
nice. So we got a little
Hot.
a little caffeinated bread here.
maybe.
Mmm.
Very nice.
Okay, that's good.
I know, look at this mess. It looked even worse last night when I was making the thing with the tea. It splashed everywhere.
You can app them up better because
He's spying on all of them. How do they look when you get it from the store? Like a little cute little envelope?
like that kind of.
Wow. Let me set up from over here so we can all say Happy Halloween.
So could I eat some now?
Yeah, that's what we do at the end. We go Happy Halloween, and then you go, and then you're like, oh, yeah. It's a goof. Yeah, I saw it. The round goes back. So do I pretend like I was on the phone or not?
Or just be like, pretend.
Okay.
Or actually, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I know she mispronounced it.
I said
Oh, you're right. I should have said I did. I have a secret Bluetooth monitor on me.
And let's get started. That was kind of a feature, man.
Just watch some before.
Does it say record on the screen or red? Okay, perfect. Are you okay? What was happening?
You too. Both sides.
It's okay if it's closer. Like if you're seeing
Watch
me up
it.
close. You want to get a shot of the bread? Yeah. It's so good. Perfect.
You can edit it. Oh no, I'll do it. Okay.
Okay.
I did not want to go the right way.
Okay.
That was really good.
Awkward the kiss was.
I'm just worried I'm kind of shaking it. I mean,
Oh, I'm
That's
sure it's
okay.
fine.
I
That was
thought the
really
same.
good.
I have a really shaky hand, but it
I'm
does.
trying to. I'm leaning against
It
this.
came
but I
off
can-
fine.
I
Oh,
can
it's
see a
fine.
tiny
Don't
bit of
worry.
it.
Right?
Who could that be?
Kili!
What the? How did you get here?
I walked really far to get here.
You walked all the way
I'm
from
so
Ireland?
tired.
You must be. Come on in. Come on in.
Hi.
Oh, it's so good to see you. Come on in. You're just in
Thank you.
time because guess what I baked?
I don't know.
I baked some Barmbrack / Tea-brack.
What?
Yeah.
How did you know?
I didn't.
This is crazy.
I know. So, well, yes, come on in and take a load off and get revived with some bread.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. I just shoved a big pile of this on the side.
Oh, you can see it.
Yes. So maybe I should zoom.
He just goes in. What a dwarf. He just barges in.